Mike Miles now joins us now. He did say, and you were talking to Fran, you didn't hear this. He said, Mike's conditioning has gotten a lot better.
All right.
And he said, got to say this, he said when he came in, he was a little chunky.
I was. Yeah, I was.
He said that's his words, not mine.
Yeah.
So you've changed a little bit over the last few years. How have you gone about doing that?
Just working, weight room, conditioning, like he said, running a lot, coming in with COVID, I wasn't doing nothing when I first got to campus, so I was heavy. So, I definitely had to get it right, but like he said, I'm good now.
Gonna have to pick up some tips from you on that.
Yes, sir.
I'm in that current state. He mentioned that under 19, the gold medal. The impact that had for you was what going into this year?
It was a great experience, being with all those guys, more than just the basketball part. It was more, off the court, getting to know them and, who they were, rather than just basketball players. And it was fun. The experience over there, the basketball part, I feel like it's really going to help me. I learned how to, be tougher, play through contact over there. So, it was a great experience for me. I'm glad I did it.
They won that gold medal in Latvia, a long way from Lancaster, Texas.
Yeah.
When I saw you, now I saw your freshman year, but I also saw you at the trials. I had a feeling not a lot of those guys at the trials knew who Mike Miles was. So how did you impress them, and how's that going to carry over?
I just had to come in and show them like exactly who I was and what I can do on the court. The day you were there, it was probably my best day.
I saw Fran, right?
Yeah, it was definitely my best day the day you were there. That was a great day, and I just had to show them that obviously this is the school I go to, and this is my coach, that's the head coach. So, just showing them that I belong to be here and that I should be on this team.
Let's go back to your freshman year, because you stayed home. You could have went to Oklahoma State with Cade or some other really good schools. You decided to stay home, be close to home.
Right.
Did you surprise yourself your freshman year, or did you come in knowing I know I can play in this league?
I knew, at the end of the day, you've probably heard me say this a lot. It's basketball.
Yeah.
Of course the competition gets harder, but, the game stays the same. So I wasn't surprised at all. I had a couple great games that I kind of surprised myself a little bit, but at the end of the day, I put in the work and I know my abilities.
Average 13 points a game. You mentioned, maybe not a lot of people knew who you were going into that under 19. Do people in this league still not know? Because you're an honorable mention, not preseason first team. He's got you as a sleeper, as maybe player of the year. Do you go into this year with a little chip on the shoulder and go, honorable mention, let's get a few more mentions?
Definitely, but it's been like that, all my life. I've always been an underdog no matter what position I've been in. So it's a lot of new guys, so they maybe don't know who I am, but, when the time comes, they'll know. And I've always had a chip on my shoulder. I feel like I have to. It's just the way that I play, the way that I am, how I grew up. The chip will always be on my shoulder.
So I assume you're going to be a great team leader, and you need to lead this team because there's a lot of new faces. Francisco Farabello's back. He's with you today.
Yep.
Give me a scouting report on Emmanuel Miller and Micah Peavy, a guy you know pretty well coming back home.
Yeah.
So Emmanuel first.
Emmanuel, he's aggressive, plays hard no matter what, even when he probably doesn't have to. He's going to get the rebound, the loose ball, he's diving on it. Anything he has to do to help the team, he's doing it. And Micah, it's kind of the same way. I've played against him for a long time, so I've obviously watched him grow as a player, which it's been fantastic to see him grow into the player he is now and obviously getting better. He's in the gym every day at 6 in the morning. So
how's that jump shot? Because he was working on that jump shot when I saw him in June.
At 6 in the morning, you'll see him in there working on it with the GAs. He's still working on it, so he wants to get better, and he is getting better. So both of them is going to help us a lot.
See that graphic there? Transfer from, transfer from, transfer from. There's a lot of new faces. You mentioned Miller, PV. Give us some other nuggets here on some of these new guys.
Jacoby Coles, I actually play AAU with him. Our last 2 years, the year we were, I don't know, number one team in the country with Cade and Greg. I got to throw that in there. But he was a big part of that team, and so I know him really well. Xavier plays hard, rebounds, post up, catch oops. And Max, a great defender, on-ball defender at the guard position, something we needed. And, all those guys right there are definitely going to help us.
It's crazy. All these transfers we're talking about. We talked about free agency, Matt. You lost some guys. When I saw this list of guys that Coach Dixon brought in, no offense to those guys that left, I said, I think they upgraded.
Right.
But how do you get this? How do you get the chemistry right with all the new faces?
Getting the chemistry right, I feel like it all comes down to me. You know, as the leader, someone who played close to 40 minutes a game last year, you know, I feel like I have to help everyone, you know. But it's been easy. You know, they listen. You know, they respect me and I respect them. So it hasn't been hard at all. We've been here since June, so it's been easy getting to know everybody.
3 consecutive sub-500 seasons in league play. TCU trying to turn that around. This guy's going to be a big reason why. Mike, thanks for doing this.
No problem. Thanks for having me.